here we have the Edge of Glory, the world's best knife sharpener. We're going to test it out. We're also going to compare it to this here. This is a truing steel, honing steel, sharpening steel, and it's grooved. Now this actually doesn't sharpen. It trues the blade. It doesn't actually sharpen, but to anyone it generally does the same thing, or what you think is sharpening. But just to be clear there. So we are going to try this here, and we're going to try it on a few things. I got a bunch of paring knives. I've got, now these aren't super expensive. They're not cheap, but here's the Pampered Chef knife, and then here's one from JCPenney. And they're, I mean, you could cut yourself with them, but they're not, you know, you'd kind of, like I'm applying quite a bit of pressure here. I'm not trying to cut myself, but I'm not afraid to put pressure on the blade. So that's kind of the condition these are in. And then I've got some cards that we're going to try sharpening and showing. So let's start with just showing the condition. Now all these paring knives are all about the same age, so they've kind of got nicks and things on them. And instead of a tomato, we'll use an apple. Okay, so I'm just pushing straight down. I'm not. All right, so that was quite a bit of pressure to put on this knife here. So let's go ahead and open this up. I've got a couple apples. We'll try it on. Sometimes you can order these by themselves. Other places you can get them when you buy some other kind of knife. So it's got a suction cup thing right here. Alright, that's actually pretty firmly in place. And just to be fair, let's see if there's any directions here. They want to sell us a chef's knife. Ooh, I could get my wife a diamond ring. Nice. For only 10 bucks. Okay. Let's see here. Keep out of reach of children, blah, blah, blah. Clean the smooth surface. Cleaned it, yes. Sectioned on, yes. With one hand, hold the sharpener down while pressing the lever. Done. Gently pull the knife back in the direction shown on the figure. Do not push the knife forward. Okay, so I put this on. The arrow's going that way, so we'll turn this around here. Alright, we are in. And I'm going to rinse this knife. Okay, so the knife is rinsed. We'll put it in here. Well, it's definitely, it feels like this thing's grinding. So we'll do, let's see, and I'm not even pushing hard, it's grabbing it. Okay, well, I'll do it 4 times. How about that? So that was 3. Okay. It doesn't feel very like I've got bits of metal on my hand. So this is really grinding off quite a bit. I'm kind of arcing it up at the end just to get the tip. Okay, so it put an edge on it. I'm going to rinse this off again. And let's try cutting through the apple. Okay, yeah, that actually went quite a bit smoother, but it is a very rough edge on here. And so if you're going to use one of these, really there's only one edge on the paring knife, but if you're going to use one of these, basically there's grooved, there's some of these are made of ceramic, and there's hardness, so you can't use this on a ceramic blade. Ceramic's harder than steel, so you'd have to use I don't even think you can sharpen ceramic blades. But basically what you do is you slide it down. You don't even have to apply a lot of pressure. And what this does is this would work better on a bigger knife. But that actually, wow, did a good job. It doesn't feel nearly as rough as it did, but it does. I just sliced into my finger. So yes, it works. All right, let's try this one here. So what a steel does typically, and I'm not the best at this, but you don't want to hold it like that. You want to have the right angle. You know, not flush against it at a slight angle. You don't even have to push hard. Okay, so my battery went out. So as I was saying, I just had to replace the battery. But anyway, as I was saying, when you slide down, you don't go flush against the steel, and you don't go at a sharp angle. Just kind of have to play with it, and you'll learn. And you don't need to add tons of pressure. And so basically what this does is it catches all the edges in the grooves and just kind of straightens it out. And these blades, you know, the tip of the blade is pretty thin, so you don't need a ton of pressure. Okay. So that is sharper, or will cut better. Let's go ahead and get... I don't even know if it cut anything with this, but okay, so it wasn't a clean just straight down push. So let's try this here, put it in. Oh, it just feels like it's ruining it. Didn't sound as bad as it initially did, so maybe it's just... But it does feel rougher. So it's almost like it's creating serrations on it. We'll go ahead and do, well, let's be fair here. Now I'm going to wash it off again. Okay, it's going through the apple a lot cleaner, at least initially. I don't want to... Okay. So yes, it does sharpen your blade. And it is easier than using a steel. At least it seems to be faster. But this smooths it out, so maybe sharpen it on here and then smooth it out. And let's try dry the blade off. Now I'm not expecting this to work, but let's see. A really nice knife would just slice right through this. And that's not gonna happen. So, let's try it. Let's try a credit card now. Here's my Subway Eat Fresh Cash Rewards card that I've got 1 million of. Go ahead and try this one here. Oh wow, yeah, it's shaving off. So the steel, like I said, the steel doesn't really sharpen a blade. It just kind of levels out, smooths out the little nicks. Whereas this thing really is sharpening. I mean, it's not a beautiful edge as I slice my hand open. Okay, that's just awful. Okay, but let's try it anyway. So we'll start with the blunt edge. Okay, that cuts through an apple. Now we'll go through the sharp edge. Okay, look at that. 0. Now it's bending as I'm pushing it through, but this one I had to kind of hack through it on the blunt side, whereas the sharpened side, it did put an angle on it. It just sliced right through. So there you have it. The Edge of Glory knife sharpener. It does sharpen, it does work. But if you like a clean edge, then go with the combination of the Edge of Glory and a honing steel. Thanks for watching, and if you want more videos like this, please click subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And rate and comment. If you have any questions or want us to review any other products, let us know.